The surviving wolves, after escaping from the clutches of the Shadow Cabal and their former handler, Iris Elkar, have found themselves in a strange position, at the mercy of a rogue Kariador named Calqualic, who's enlisted their aid in exploring and extracting some sort of valuable item from an underground, overgrown temple. They descended last, brought down by Calqualic's magics, and now stalk through the dark and deserted halls of an ancient structure. You hear Calqualic just musing to himself in his native tongue. None of you understand. But as you all step forward, going through these halls, the weight of the day is truly becoming apparent to you. Before we move any further, however, we will be rolling obligation, and we will be re-rolling our destiny / story point pool. So first, in terms of obligation, that will be a 36, which means that no one's obligation is activated this time. And then for destiny points, congratulations, y'all. I rolled 2 light side points for you guys.
Yay! I rolled 1 light side point for us.
I rolled 1 dark side point.
And I also rolled a dark side point.
Now, as you follow Calqualic through these halls, he stops every so often, motions to small bits or bobs, maybe remnants of traps. Honestly, nothing really out of the ordinary happens. Nothing surprises you. Though he did advertise your positions as literal meat shields, there isn't any danger that you can perceive, at least not right off the bat here. And after walking for another short period of time, you come to a larger room that fork off into 3 separate paths, leading further and deeper into this temple complex. It's here where Calqualic will then wait for a moment. You see him pondering the path forward, and then he'll start to traipse off in just one direction or another.
Before Calqualic can actually get too far down any of these paths, Serracco, who had taken note of his own condition, the condition of his companions, will kind of reach out and grab him on the shoulder, and he'll say very slowly, "No, we are too tired. We rest now." And he kind of makes accompanying hand motions.
Puts his palms together, makes a little pillow under his head.
Exactly, you know.
I don't know if Kariador used pillows, but we're about to find out.
Garvati Palang Fiti. Yes. You... And then he'll give you a thumbs up.
The universal symbol.
Is there any, detritus or debris that we could use potentially to, make a small fire?
Why don't you roll a 2 difficulty survival for me?
Can I help and give 2 boosts?
Yeah, why not? Group activity.
That is 2 advantage.
I'll say that you can succeed over time. It takes a little longer than you'd all like, as, again, this weariness just sets in more and more. And it does require you to even venture down some of these corridors to grab bits of moss or, wooden-type debris. Though it's not exactly wood, you can't place it, but it does look brittle and burnable, so you bring it back. And placing it upon, in the middle of this room or in one of the corners, you are able to, after some time, light a little fire. And you'll do so without suffering any strain with those advantages. You see Calqualic, who will actually just go into the opposite corner of wherever you set up your fire, take some provisions out of his pack, maybe a small blanket or bedroll type thing, and just lie down and, rest his eyes.
He's just chilling, waiting for his pets to figure out their garbage. Yeah, Brett will set up his own little sleeping area, I guess.
Yeah, Kel will do the same.
Serracco, perhaps somewhat nervously, maybe Noah's just a little nervous. He'll look at Kel and he'll look at Brad, and he'll say, "I think perhaps now is as good a time as any to have a discussion of sorts. Brad, outside the fortress, we had a moment where we decided to drop the pretense, as it were, And I think it could be beneficial if we were to extend that moment to now.
Bread will, shrug lightly, exhausted, like this. At this point, almost kind of like, who even cares about anything? We're alive by the skin of our teeth, is the vibe here.
Right, so I don't really know where to begin. Are you asking me specifically, or is there something you want to complain about, Serracco?
There are things that I perhaps should tell you, perhaps should have told you sooner, but the opportunity never really came up. But truthfully, Bread, I am tired. I am tired of sly words and half-truths. So I think, to the two of you, the only two remaining, I would like to explain some of my actions. Bread, I do not think this revelation will be entirely shocking to you, but perhaps it may have more of an effect on Kel. But since the beginning, defecting from the Ironwood Company was the plan. At least for me, and it was my intention to take all of you with me.
To what end?
The goal was to kill Iris, and to use her Void color and Fiend's expertise with Void to be able to trace it back to Hector and to eliminate him as well. I suspected that something like what happened at the fort would happen for a while, and perhaps I should have said something sooner. And perhaps if I had, the others would still be with us.
Is there a reason you wanted to kill Hector specifically?
A while ago, I swore a blood oath, and he raises his left hand to show a scar running across his palm. Because of certain events that transpired in my own past, I swore this oath to eliminate Hector and the Ironwood Company. And the only way that I could conceive of doing that was from the inside, to get close enough and strike when they were vulnerable. But from the get-go, things did not go according to plan. You see, as we were tracking down Korvac, there was a man on the road. I do not know if you remember him. I recognized him as a figure from my past. As it turns out, he knew Korvac, and having just delivered Korvac to the Ironwood Company, I could not risk being exposed in the subsequent interrogation that would have taken place. And so I took matters into my own hands, and I eliminated the threat.
Korvac, you mean?
Yes. And you see, in Aiden Selk, we had received a warning that Iris was on her way to intervene. I thought she was coming to kill us then, and so I attempted to tell the truth about Korvac, but the moment escaped me. I know that I am undeserving of assistance in my goals after having been so deceptive to the both of you and to all the others, especially in a way that perhaps played a part in the demise of this group. But as it stands, I cannot rest until this blood oath is fulfilled, and so it is still my intention to kill Iris and Hector, to cut off the head of the snake. And I would ask both of you to join me in this endeavor, if not for whatever little camaraderie there is between us, then for the fact that it would be beneficial to both of you as well, because neither Iris nor Hector will sleep until all of us are in the ground.
Can't disagree with you there. Hector knows something. I think Iris knows a bit of it, but I truthfully couldn't tell you if she knows all of it, and I'd like to know what he knows. I don't think you need to worry about, being deserving of help, Serracco. For better or for worse, we're wrapped up in this together now.
I have said my piece. If you have further questions, I am an open book. However, I have a few questions of my own. Mostly for you, Bread. What exactly is your stake in all of this?
It's a great question. In the interest of reciprocation, Serracco, I think I'll be as truthful as I can be.
He glances at Kel, because she already knows all that there is to know about this little situation that he finds himself in.
When we were in the woods, we talked about eating and being eaten. And I don't rightfully know how it's become attached to me, but there is some entity of some power otherworldly beyond my current comprehension that has chosen me as a vessel of some kind. And perhaps not a vessel, perhaps more a conduit or an access point to this world, but it's evil. And this is gonna sound strange, but it didn't used to be evil. There was another one before, and that's since been destroyed and subsumed by something else. I can't control it. I don't control it. It controls me to some degree. But it became attached to me probably 7 years ago when I left home. That doesn't matter. I'm a plague doctor, Serracco, you know this. But I am also the source of the plague. The Hollow-In is something I created. Not on purpose, but it's mine. And I had thought that I was coming here to search for that cure, finally, but I guess I got more than I bargained for.
What do you mean? It is something you created.
Back in Mainstay, I was a researcher at the university. A professor of I don't know, I taught a little bit, but not a lot. Mostly I was there to research, and my specialty was medical applications of Void. The Hollow-In was my thesis project, in a way.
So what, you didn't see how things would go sideways? You didn't stop to think perhaps you were meddling with things that you ought not to have?
Nobody who studies Void is really capable of stopping once they start. I didn't create the Hollow-In on purpose. Wasn't my intention, but...
Well, it wasn't your intention, but who cares? In the name of research, thousands, tens of thousands of people dead?
Yes. And that's not something I can ever truly atone for, even if I find a cure.
No, I think not. Do you know what it's like, Brad? To hold your sweet baby brother in your arms. To wish more than anything that you could give your life for his. But you can't. Because you didn't get the Hollow-In. Do you know what it's like to see your mother, stricken with grief, suffer the same fate? No, I do not think there is much to be done there.
I'm sorry.
There are definitely tears in Bread's eyes, but he refuses to shed them. This is not something that he feels he deserves to cry over, but it is very obviously deeply affected him.
There's nothing I can say and there's nothing I can do.
Turning to Kel, did you know this?
Yep.
And you said nothing.
What was there to say, Serracco? That Brett has a couple tricks up his sleeve, or that he's got a few skeletons in the closet?
Tens of thousands of lives are not skeletons in the closet, are not a few tricks up the sleeve.
We're mercenaries, Serracco. It's what we do. We kill people. It's what we're good at.
Not thousands of people. Not entire villages wiped out. Not the poor and the decrepit.
Kel's been very quiet during the reveal of these things. The truths about Bread, she's already known. The reveals that Serracco has let out, I think outwardly it wouldn't have shown on her face at all what her opinions of those things might have been. And I think that since sitting down to rest, I think she's been very blank the whole time. And I think she's still a little blank, maybe dissociated almost in a way. Like, it's just, these have been the 2 longest days of her life. And it's just one hit after a hit after hit after hit. And I don't even think she's looking at Serracco or Bread. I think she's just kind of staring into the fire, just eyes glassy and wide and blank, completely blank. First and foremost, Serracco, I would have never known to tell you in the first place. I don't know anything about you. At this point in time, I don't even know if I believe that that's your real name. You just told me that the first time I met you, you were here with the intention of destroying the Ironwood Company. Now, given what's happened and given all that I've seen, I don't really blame you anymore. But a while back, when we first met, that would have meant you killing me or me killing you if you had tried it. It was all I had. So there's that. There's also the fact that you killed Korvac and didn't tell any of us about it, and you've been sitting on that fact for weeks at this point. Bread's secrets were his own, the same way yours are your own, and the same way mine are mine, and Finn's were Finn's, and Kai's were Kai's, and Arnor's were Arnor's. Half of our friends are dead. What good does it do to sit here and argue about this? We're all horrible fucking people. We've done horrible fucking things. I'm sorry about your brother and your mom. I really am. I just lost the other 2 people that I cared about in my life. in the same fucking night. You two are all I have left now. And I'm sorry if I won't sit here and facilitate more anger towards either of you. What's been done has been done. Either let it go or fight it out. Because I'm not going to sit here and keep having these conversations where one of you tells me that I should be mad at the other. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at all of you. I'm mad at Iris. I'm mad at everyone right now. And I am holding on to my thread of sanity like it is a fucking live wire. I want to go to sleep. I would like to pretend that this day never happened, but it did. I am sorry for the grief that you have suffered. I really am. But there is nothing to be done now. All we can do is move forward. So what do you want us to do?
Okay. Here is what will happen. Together, we will find whatever thing is in this goddamned labyrinth that this beast has led us into. And then, after that, we are going back and we will kill Iris. I do not care how it is done. I do not care if Bread has to employ the help of whatever entity that he has been shackled to. We are going to kill Iris, and then from that point forward, we go our ways, never to see each other again.
Sure.
Bread, out of respect for this service and the aid you have given me and the rest of this group, I will not retaliate. But know this, after all this is said and done, if I ever see you again, we will not leave until one of us ceases to draw breath.
Understood.
Fine. Then get what sleep you can. And Serracco is gonna storm off to the other corner.
I'm trying to think of what Brett is doing in this moment. I don't know that he's doing anything. I mean, this is not the first time he's been confronted with the reality of his actions and the consequences thereof. It is the first time in a long time that it has been so direct. And I think he honestly can only, think of his own siblings and family, and, the fact that he truly has no idea if any of them survived the hollowing, if they caught it, and just kind of the, I mean, Brett has never been one who felt like he deserved to live, and this is just a further, thought spiral that he is now sliding right on down. I mean, Brett will just sort of, tip over and shut his eyes in some attempt to, shut out his entire life.
I think Kel probably stays up a little bit longer, maybe, than the other two. And I think she probably stares at the fire until it either dims and goes out, or until she falls asleep first, whichever one happens. And she'll just try and get some rest, very much on edge.
Whatever strength any of you had is spent. Well and spent. Emotional, physical, what have you. Sleep comes easily. In a cruel fashion, it does. A dreamless, quick sleep. The kind where you lay your head down and you're already blinking awake, as if no time at all has passed. You feel somewhat refreshed. Mechanically speaking, everyone can reset their strain, but otherwise, no burdens have been lifted. No thoughts have come to their peaks. Everything is exactly the same as it was last night. Save for your guide here, Kalqualik, who seems to have stoked the fire by Bread and Kel and is cooking some sort of sliced, seems to be some kind of fruit atop it, just on little skewers. He gives you, let's say it's bread that he looks at, catches his eye, and he gives you a warm smile. And then he'll beckon Serracco over as well as he sees you rise. And he goes, ori mai jarata. Itai venari elef. Vanata don navara anathanath valita venara so. Velira lumirari karani parashua. Ken?
Brett will shake his head.
And he'll nod, thumbs up, and go, kin sul ranamir.
Can we start with the basics of your language, perhaps?
He'll point to himself and he'll go, me.
All right, that's clear enough.
And then he'll point to you, Bread, and with wide open arms, he'll say, two. And then he'll do the same thing. He'll point to you again, but then he'll like hold up his hands a little in front of him, kind of a gesture, and he'll go Sul. And then he'll point to Serracco and he'll go Fit, and he'll point to Kel and he'll go Fel. And then he'll point to you and like do a little wavery hand gesture and he'll go Fen.
Is there like some sort of intellect check I can make to see if I can determine what he's trying to tell me?
Yeah, let's do that. This is gonna be a daunting lore. That's 4 difficulty.
Come on, Brad. 3 success, 1 advantage.
Yeah, you can basically ascertain that he's been running through pronouns with you.
Okay.
Like me, you, him, her, and then pointing to you was it. And you do also catch the 2 different usages of you, in which it was more of like a friendly one and more of like a stranger almost.
Okay. Brad will give him a hesitant and weary thumbs up.
And then he points to himself and then like makes a circle of all 3 of you and says, Vozchalna, and he'll mime walking. And then he'll separate himself and he'll just circle around the 3 of you and he'll say, Sunchalna, and then he'll group up again and kind of make a everyone together motion with his hands and say, La Chalna.
All right, understood.
And then he points down one of the passageways and goes, La Chalna, ekit.
Yeah, you can understand my language then, I just can't understand yours?
Yeah. And he'll point to like his head and like do a little back and forth motion with his fingers. You know that he's not in there right now, but I'll say it's pretty clear that like he was able to absorb something from you. You were not so much able to absorb anything from him.
Roger Dodger. Before we set off, I'd like to get rid of the last of these wounds if I can.
I'll just hold up his hands and go, Hickel.
All right.
Brad will do himself first, just in the interest of giving Serracco some space. Ooh, what's the difficulty here?
What are your wounds at?
5 of 19.
Okay, then it'll just be 1, but then +2 for self-healing, so that'll be hard, 3 difficulty.
Okay. Oh, come on, Brad. 1 success, 4 advantage.
Well, with your surgeon feat, you should heal all of those.
Oh, that's right. Do you love how in the instant that it was most useful to me, I forgot that I was a surgeon? Brad then, upon concluding his own medical treatment, will sort of like look to Serracco to see how Serracco has awoken this day.
He looks haggard at best, and he's definitely been like sulking and brooding, just kind of in the background this whole time. Like he hasn't really joined the circle, as it were.
Yeah. Brad will very carefully approach him.
I don't ask for your forgiveness. I don't deserve it. And I don't begrudge you your grief or your anger. It's much deserved. Before we leave, if you'd like, I can heal you.
Okay.
Okay.
1 difficulty, right?
For Serracco, yes, it'll just be 1.
3 success, 3 advantage, 1 triumph.
Okay. Serracco is the healthiest he's ever been.
Physically, emotionally, less so. Then, standing up, I will look to Calqualic and give him a nod.
He'll point down that same corridor that he indicated before and say, Duchana.
Well, we're the meat shields, so I guess we go first.
Serracco, without saying a word and like avoiding eye contact with the others, will just start walking down the path that was indicated.
Everyone follows behind Serracco, and you make it about 20, 30-ish feet before you step on something that dislodges underneath your foot.
Awesome.
Like a false tile. And your foot, I'm going to let you do let's call it athletics.
Can I assist him by trying to reach out and grab him?
I'll let you roll vigilance, Allie.
I will.
That'll be daunting. That'll be 4.
I rolled 1 success.
All right, then Noah, on your daunting athletics, you can get a boost from Kel.
Hey, Serracco, wait! Watch your foot!
Oh, I didn't watch my foot. That's 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Dang
He's
it.
blocking me out.
As your foot goes through the ground, you are able to, with that advantage, catch yourself before you fall any further, and you do drop to a knee. Kel is quick to catch you to stop you from going any further, and then there is a deep rumbling behind you as just the passage that you came in starts to collapse. Not in any sort of uniform or triggered fashion. Perhaps this was a trap at some point in time that may have activated a more elaborate defense, but you've basically just activated the remnants of a centuries-old trap, and whatever mechanism was supposed to be put in place to stop you, either sending something down behind you or attacking you from one side or another, has just compromised the integrity of this whole place as stone and moss and wood come crashing down in this furious cascade, rushing toward you from the path whence you came. Calcolic will just look behind you and then point furiously down the passage, just go, Astanalar, and he'll book it.
I think he wants us to run.